What's up, guys? Travis Ventrelli here. In today's video, I am going to be going over some of the most common mistakes that car detailers make, ceramic coating installers, shop owners. I mean, honestly, guys, regardless of what business you own or want to start, watching this video, I want to cover some of the most common mistakes that I've seen people make that keeps them stagnant, stuck, and spinning their wheels. And so that's what we're covering on the video today. And, like I always say, I want these videos to be super authentic. I want you to get value out of them. I don't want you to feel like I'm just doing all these fancy edits. And although I do have the fancy background today, it's just going to be straight raw value. I do have some notes written down, but a lot of the things I want to cover I actually don't have written down. And I just want it to be authentic. I want to talk to you heart to heart today. So if you're watching this right now, I'm talking to you. Point at yourself and say, he's talking to me, okay? I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to everyone. I'm talking to you, okay? So the common mistakes that a lot of entrepreneurs make when starting out. The first big mistake I see car detailers, ceramic coating installers make, and this is literally, guys, after doing hundreds of calls with these owners, people primarily in the starting phase who are doing less than $10,000 a month, what keeps them stuck there is, number one, they are investing in more equipment and chemicals instead of investing in themselves. Travis, what do you mean by that? On these calls, what I'm seeing is a lot of people are, stuck at less than 10K a month. They're constantly upgrading their equipment, getting more chemicals. And although, that's not necessarily a terrible thing, it's just many times a lot of people are doing the right things at the wrong time, right? You're at $3,000 a month and now you decide, hey, I'm going to buy a van. Right? Where it's like, there's clients I've worked with that I took them from 2 to 3K a month to doing 10, 12, 15, 20K a month. They don't even have a van. They're just doing it out of their car. Why? Because they're able to use that money to actually go and get more customers, right? And so that is the biggest mistake I'm seeing a lot of people make on the front end. Right now, if you're doing less than 10K a month, you shouldn't just be upgrading your stuff. Now, I'm not saying do a terrible job. I'm saying you could do a really good job detailing someone's vehicle without having to get all this fancy equipment and all these fancy chemicals, right? You shouldn't start there. You should end up there later on. But even, a lot of the dudes doing over 10K a month working with me now, they're not like, there's still equipment they don't have that would be a luxury for them to get, and they'll eventually get it. Not that they can't afford it. It's just, I like to show people how to work on the business and then have so much money left over, you only need to use a portion of it to upgrade your stuff. Whereas, a lot of detailers in the starting phase, they're just always strapped for cash because any excess cash they get, they want to get a new chemical. They want to try new equipment, okay? So that's number one. And many of them, what you really need to do right now in this starting phase of your business is, the biggest thing you need is marketing, right? Like, you can't just rely on business cards and flyers and word of mouth. You have to be willing to spend money on platforms like Google, running Google ads. Now, that's the biggest thing I've seen. So stop investing your money in chemicals and vans and all this stuff you really don't need. Invest it in things that are going to help you get customers predictably, so that you could actually scale your business, make more money, and eventually work your way up, okay? Second mistake I see people make is it comes down to mindset, right? Like Proverbs 23:7 says, as a man thinketh, so is he. And the reality is, where I'm at in life, where you're at in life right now, it's a byproduct of the way we think, right? Imagine for a moment that, you grew up in a home where finances were always a struggle and, you didn't get to eat out often, right? Well, you're going to carry that thinking into your life. Most people, Okay, now imagine for a moment you grew up in a home where your parents were multimillionaires. You think you're going to be worrying about bills and, what you can eat, what you can't, what you have to put back at the grocery store. And so the second thing is mindset. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right. And so the reason a lot of detailers stay stuck is that many of them don't actually believe they could get to 10K a month or 20K a month or 50K a month, right? And you have to destroy that way of thinking, right? I like to tell people, instead of saying you can't, ask yourself, how can I? Tony Robbins said, success leaves clues. And one verse I love is Hebrews 6:12. It says, be followers and imitators of those who by faith have obtained the promises of God. In other words, what I like to bring that as a business principle, find those who are successful in what you do or what you want to do and imitate them. What are they doing? How are they getting those results? We'll begin to do those things. And so I'll share a story with you guys, and without going too deep here, there was a point in my life where I really wanted to do business. And what I kept doing is I was watching YouTube videos, I was reading books, and it just felt like I was spinning my wheels. This guy's saying one thing, and then this guy's saying, don't do that, do this instead. Next thing you know, 8 months goes by, you feel like you're making progress, because 8 months went by, but then when you look at the bank account, it's still the same. And you realize, you know what? I thought I made progress, but I really didn't, right? And so what I've seen is a lot of people go that route, and that's the route I went, okay? Which brings me into common mistake number 3 is being stuck in doing it myself syndrome. DIM, do it myself, okay? I've seen so many business owners that they were once working in 9 to 5. They want to work on their own. They want to prove the world wrong, prove that college is a scam, whatever it is, right? And what a lot of people do, and I'm going to bring my story back. Don't think I forgot about it. What a lot of people do is that's where they fall prey. I'm going to figure it out on my own by reading books, by watching YouTube videos. And the next thing you know, you're going in circles. And what I've found, and what Tony Robbins said when success leaves clues, is literally find the person who already has a proven process. Okay. They're already getting results, and imitate them. Do what they're doing to get those results. Okay. Because success leaves clues. And in 2020, I was part of a church plant with my pastor. He's actually been my pastor for 10 years now. And he's been like a father to me. He was my professor in Bible college. Long story short, I was part of a church plant in 2020. God really put it on my heart, like, son, I've called you into ministry and business, and I need you to get this business going. And so back in the day, a lot of what I would do is just read books, watch YouTube videos, and it never really got me to the point I want it to be. And so this time around, I'm like, okay, because you got to be real with yourself, guys. If you're not real to yourself, you're hindering yourself. And every day that goes by, you're telling yourself, I'm going to figure it out on my own. You're just lying to yourself. Why? Let me ask you this. If you wanted to get really good at basketball, you could A, watch YouTube videos, try to figure it out on your own, or B, imagine you were to work directly with Michael Jordan or a basketball coach that has results, right? Don't you think you would get further ahead a lot quicker with a coach than trying to figure it out on your own, right? And so here I am, 2020, and I'm like, okay, route A, I could just watch YouTube videos, I could read books, and, nothing wrong again with investing in yourself. Or B, I could just find someone who's already successful in the business I want to start. They've already proven the process. They've already gotten the results. They've already made all of the mistakes. And honestly, in the moment, I really didn't have the money to get a coach, but I knew, instead of saying I can't, how can I? And I got creative, came up with the multiple 4 figures to invest, move forward with this coach. And guys, literally, my goal was to get that business to 10K a month within 3 to 6 months. I did $32,000 my first month. Okay. And it changed my whole life. Okay. Within 6 months, I did over $388,000, was able to give the most money to different ministries I ever was able to do before, was able to pay for my dream wedding with my wife, really her dream wedding, and it became my dream wedding. I was able to, help family members out and do a lot of cool things, right? And that actually turned into a 7-figure a year business because I decided to get a coach. And one of the biggest investments I make is not in stocks, not in real estate, not in business. It's investing in coaches to get more skills when it comes to actually running a successful business. And that's exactly how I was able to even build a car detailing business that was able to be at a 6-figure run rate within 3 months of running it, implementing the system, and now only spend 30 minutes a month on the business. And so that's number 3, guys. Like, my biggest advice, right? Like, I want you to think for a moment all of the people that you're around, okay? Successful people will say you are the average of the 5 people you're closest to. You probably have the same amount of money as them, the same amount of knowledge, the same almost everything, right? I want to challenge you. If you want to actually get your business to the next level, whether you work with me or somebody else, I don't even care, but you owe it to yourself to get the skills, to get the knowledge so that you could actually get your business to the next level, okay? I remember watching this movie, guys. Man, I can't remember the name, but essentially this kid, he grew up in a broken home. He becomes a billionaire. And when I say broken home, really what I mean to say is a home where they always struggled financially and his mom was dying due to a medical condition. They didn't have money to get a doctor, okay? He becomes a billionaire, but in the process, like, he kept telling people, I'm going to be successful. And what changed for him is for years, he was, or months going after it, trying to figure out where to dig oil, all of this stuff. And then one day he was having a conversation with someone. And in the conversation, he was pretty much talking about, like, instead of trying to figure it out on your own, why don't you just get an expert? And he was like, man, an expert. And so he finds a guy that was actually an expert at finding oil. And he had gotten this plot of land, not realize, like, he got this plot of land, but he didn't know on the land where the oil was. So he was randomly drilling in all these places. The moment he got the expert, they struck gold. They literally struck the oil field in the perfect spot because he got an expert. And that's when he was doing literally millions of dollars every single day. And it turned into $1 billion oil company in this movie. Powerful movie. And so the point is this: you're either going to try to figure it out on your own, and maybe one day you get there. Hey, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is a lot quicker and easier when you're being coached by someone who's already proven it. Okay. And so I would say those are the top 3 mistakes a lot of detailers make is, number 1, they're investing in chemicals and equipment, but not in themselves. They have the wrong mindset and they have do it myself syndrome. And so if you would just fix those few things, and actually focus on what's going to bring in your business money, it's in that place where you're actually going to crush it, guys, where you're actually going to get the results you're looking for. And so I pray that this video spoke to you. I didn't want to be too long here. As always, if you are a car detailer, shop owner, and you are ready to take your business to the next level, like, I've been able to work with some incredible clients without naming them all, but one of my clients, Brett, he was stuck at 4 to 6K a month before working with us. Now he's doing over 15K a month consistently, completely mobile. Jeff, he was stuck at around $5,000 to $6,000 a month in his business. Now he's doing over $20,000 a month. For June, he finished out the month at $23,000, guys, which is crazy. I'll actually edit this piece and try to show you those because, I want to show you the proof of it. Shay, he was working with this creators agency, paying them like a $1,500, $2,000 a month retainer for 7 months. So almost like 14 grand in retainers. He was stuck at 6 to 7K a month, couldn't scale. He was like, man, I just need to find a dude who's an expert that could show me how to set this up. I could get rid of the retainer. We were able to do that. Now he's doing over $30,000 a month, and he is paying no retainers and absolutely crushing it. And plenty more testimonies, guys. Like, you could always watch testimonies on my YouTube channel. And, you know, if you're in a place where you feel like you need help to get to the next level, definitely book a call with me below, book a call with my team and I. And what we'll do on that call is just get a better idea on where you're at, what your goals are, what you're looking to achieve. If we actually are confident we could help you get results, would love to walk you through what we do and how it works. If not, at least point you in the right direction, send you on your way with some free resources. But other than that, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, drop a comment. I want to continue making content for you guys that's going to actually help you take your business to the next level. So look forward to chatting with you, and I'll see you guys soon.